Well, let's quickly go to Israel, where Israel's pounding of Gaza has continued overnight, with the Israeli army saying that they have struck over 200 targets. We're in conversation next with our correspondent, Sarah Coates, who's joining us live now from Tel Aviv. Sarah, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. What's the situation like currently?
Yeah, well, look, you said it. Israel continues to pummel the Gaza Strip. What we do know is it hit a number of targets overnight. What it is really aiming at is taking out Hamas leaders and affiliates. So, look, this is the situation down in the south. This is as tens of thousands of Israeli troops continue to mount on the border. The biggest reserve call-up ever seen in Israel's history. Almost 400,000 extra troops have put their hands up to serve the country. There is a little bit happening also in the north. There have been an anti-tank missile fired over from the Lebanese side, into Israeli territory. Residents there in the north have been told to get into shelter. Israel is now retaliating, firing back over the Green Line into Lebanon. So look, it certainly is a developing situation. There have been rocket alerts both in the north and in the south. Here in Tel Aviv, it does seem somewhat calm, although residents have been told that they are only allowed out of their home if they are in close proximity of bomb shelters. They've also been told to stock up on food, and gatherings have been limited. This, of course, could be ahead of what analysts say is a multi-pronged attack on Gaza, a huge ground incursion, which is expected over the next few days.
So we just spoke to the Israeli ambassador to South Africa and trying to press him on whether the reservists that have put up their hands will form part of a ground incursion. He didn't want to confirm that. But what are you hearing on the ground around these reservists that have put up their hands? Are there any plans to have a ground incursion?
Well, look, the IDF doesn't really give out that sort of information, given it really is trying to protect its own security. When reservists, when people in the military are drafted, they are drafted for many different jobs. You have people working in intelligence, people working the phones, of course, people working on the ground, boots on the ground. So, of course, whatever these people have been trained to do during their military service, that is how they will serve. Even some people work as cooks because, of course, these soldiers...
and we seem to have lost her there. We're going to try and re-establish that line to Sarah Coates a bit later on, just giving us an update about what's happening in Israel. Of course, the close to 400,000 reservists, as she says, have put up their hands to serve the country. Will there be a ground incursion? And what will the impact of that be? That's a major question that we are focusing on this morning. A bit later on, we hope to speak to the ambassador of Palestine to South Africa around what they have from their perspective and also some of the insights they have from that side.